Hey, welcome back to another episode from Life and Living Well. I hope you're all well. My name, once again, is Richard. I'll be your anchor for this week again. And the topic I have for you today, I call it a meaningful life. This is another topic a friend sent to me to make a podcast about. And I think it's a big topic. As I insistent to dig into it, the more I look into it, the more I feel like it's something that they're indirectly reflecting back to myself. So let's get started. A meaningful life. It is not a coincidence that throughout the human history, we have seeking to find a meaning in our life. Our history shows that great men and women have go beyond their natural limit in order to find a meaning in their life. So what happened to us when we live a life without a meaning? And what happened to us when we live life with a meaning? So this is what this podcast is going to try to dissect and then throw it back to you, and then you can find your own light on your own path, and then you can find your own meaning to your own life. So let's get started. Throughout the history, human beings have craving for a meaningful life, and they have used so many things in order to fulfill or follow this path. And the reality is that some of the choices they've made as a meaningful life has not bring the deeper happiness they are looking for. So what happened to you when you live your life based on meaning? You experience a deeper happiness. You experience everlasting happiness that was not built about external things. Happiness that's not built about on your car. So if you buy a new car now, and in a few weeks' time, it's no longer giving you the boost that you have it when you first own the car, when you first get that car. But when you live your life in a meaning way, what will begin to happen to you that you will redeem joy and happiness. So what our people have said is, because of going back to the history, our life, we have used so many things to find meaning to our life. And the reason why a lot of people give up so easy in their life is their emptiness of being. These are the people that you can see in the news. If you don't have them around you, they have everything that society says that's what you need to have. They have family, they have money, they have houses, they have cars, they even have title, they have status. And all these things wasn't enough to bring them a deeper happiness, a deeper fulfillment in their life. What did they do? They fill it with something that actually more destroy them. They use their money to engage in activities that bring diminish to their life, that diminish their life in a way that cut their life short or give them unbearable illnesses. You might have read, I'm seeing a lot of those people, and you ask yourself, is it true that having a only money, having the only status will be the only way you seek the joy or in authentic happiness in you? In the book of Martin Solomon, he argued that finding a meaning is a universal need that a guy in Bombay in India looking for a meaning in his life is not different for a guy in the center of London or a guy in New York City, because they both share the same deeper need, a need for meaning. And we've seen a lot of ways that our current generation have tried to create a meaning. All you need to do is, if you're a social media person, all you need to do is, can say, extend an extreme people can go in order to get validation from other people. And you can see the extent that people can go in order to attach to how many people like them. And I saw a clip of a woman that posted a particular picture of herself on social media, and then she was spending hours going back to see how many people like her. When no one pressed like for I think around 3 hours, she feels so deflected, she feels so sad, she feels so unhappy. And so this makes her a slave to others. But when you find a meaningful life, you're no longer attached to things this way anymore. So your life is now based on how much you love yourself and how much you are willing to give back to something higher than yourself. So to create a meaning in life, it sounds simple, but it's difficult because you cannot give what you don't have. And when you begin to start generating this kind of virtues or way of life, it changes everything that you already know. So today, look around you. Many people have tried even harder to create a lifestyle that can bring meaning into their life. All you have to do is, if you're a social media person, just take a step back and watch the activities on there like you're watching a film on the TV. Like a good observer, without judging, without criticizing it, just look and see how vain everything is. So people are becoming image conscious, so they already wanted to present some kind of image about themselves to the others. And this cannot be an authentic, meaningful life, because it all depends on what that person get back. It all depends on how other people see that person. So it's like a mirror of validation that, oh, if I do this, I get this back. This cannot be a truly meaningful life. Because when you don't get it back, what happens to you? You get deflated, you get depressed, you get anxious, you get worried. So a true meaningful life brings peace into your life. A true meaningful life brings joy to your life. A true meaningful life brings happiness to your life. Happiness that does not depend on what you acquire outside of yourself. So a great psychotherapist known as Dr. Viktor Frankl, a founder of logotherapy. And logotherapy itself means a meaning. And he recorded his account in his book, A Man's Search for Meaning, during the Second World War in Auschwitz in Poland. He realized that when you take everything away from man, when you put the man into the shitty situation, the hardship that anyone can ever experience, the only thing that kept you alive is the meaning you give to your life, is the meaning you give to your experience. So he decided that to have a life that can withstand anything is to have a meaningful life, is to build a meaningful life. And the great things about this thing is we have to decide what is more important to us in life. We have to decide how we want to live our life independently. We have to be able to go inward of ourselves and find out what is more important to us. We have so many things that will try to discourage us, influence us, but we as individual, as a person, as collectively, we have to focus on how we wanted to live our life, what meaning that we brought to our life. Viktor Frankl emphasized that you can take everything away from man. You can take everything away. You can take his money away. You can take his reputation away. You can take his status. You can even take his family. You can take his title away. But one thing you cannot take away from a man is the meaning the man gave to his life. If me and you look into the setback, that's a setback. If I look at the setback that it was a teaching opportunity, another person look at it as a waste of time, I'm telling you, we have a different emotional feelings about it. The meaning that we put to a thing determines how we feel about it. If I look at the situation and say, oh great, I have this amazing opportunity to know what I didn't know before, I will never see it as a failure. If I tried and I didn't make it, I will see it as a failure and I may not want to try it again. If I look at it, I see it as a challenge. I might use it like it exposed my weakness and what I need to do to research for the same challenge. So, what is the meaning you have for your life? What is the meaning you want to have for your life for the next 5 years, the next 10 years? What are the meaning you already set for your life that doesn't really bring a long-lasting happiness to your life? That doesn't bring a peace of mind, but bring stress, bring anxiety, bring worries. What is the meaning that you have created in your life that you needed to reevaluate and change it? These are the questions that I don't want you to ignore. I want you to think about it and take action about it. So, in his book, Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl argued that once you decide to live your life based on meaningful life, you begin to have more power about what has happened to you or what may happen to you. You no longer see yourself as powerless about every situation. And then you experience inner peace. I recommend that if you have not read that book, it's worth your time to read it if you really want to know more about a meaningful life. In the West today, it's easier to think that the rest of the world are very individualistic in their approach. That is only me and me and me and me. But that's not the case. You have to be able to travel to other parts of the world and you realize that there's another way of living, which is community focus, where one person action, we are direct or indirect influence on other people's life. So you become more collectively responsible for your own actions or inactions. Again, many people will create their own meaning in their life, but the basic purpose of this message is the highest need of every human being is to create a meaning in their life. The kind of meaning you create in your life will determine the kind of result that you experience around you. So, friends, my message for you this week is think what you can do for your community, for your country, and for your world at large. As little as you may think it is, it may well change one person's life for good. It may well make the policy that already exists change. So, why do we think that nowadays we're beginning to experience more wealthy people that they no longer wanted to leave wealth for their children? They wanted to. I saw in the news 2 weeks ago, I think, about one of these billionaires. I don't remember his name, but he wanted to give out his money, his wealth, when he's still alive. He did not want to give it to a trustee to manage for him. So he started giving this money out to different charities for different colleges all over the world, in America and all over the world. And finally, 2 weeks ago, if I'm correct, it was on the news that he finally achieved his goals. I don't know how long he's been doing this, but it looks like he's been doing it for years, to giving his money out. And finally, his money finished 2 weeks ago. Why do you think this person do this? Why do you think this individual, this is own purpose in life is to distribute his wealth this way and have nothing left when he's still alive? Why many of us are struggling and watching and walking around in order to acquire the same thing, and somebody acquire it and decided to give it out. So the question I'm asking you is that what motivates this person to do this? Only them can say. But at the end of everything, when you put everything together, every human being wants a meaning in their life. If your job is not just a job, if it is a way of life, your attitude to that job will change. Some people will find a meaningful life in having family, in supporting their family, in making sure their family well-being is their ultimate priority. This is great. And this kind of people, money or title will not be more important to them, except the joy, security, happiness they derive from their family. And then you find other people that their meaning that they've created for their life is to help other people, help their friends, help their family, be the shoulder to cry to, and without asking anything in return. They do it with joy. Also, these kind of people have reached that stage where they can give without always looking for what they get back from what they give. Not everybody reached this stage yet, and this is why that when you get to create a meaningful life, there is something part of your life that you have to share the way that it won't be able to be part of the new life that you want to live. So the highest need of all women, some people find this need met by having family, great jobs, love what they do, helping others. At the end, as an individual, you have power to create a meaning in your life. So to bring this podcast to the end, I'm challenging you to choose one that serves you, another in a positive and healthy way. So I hope that this message helps someone. So if you want to experience authentic happiness in your life, if you want to overcome any obstacles in your way, if you wanted to navigate this world in a way that brings peace to your mind, learn to create a meaning in your life. Life to live your life in a way that creates a meaningful life. Don't just stay in a comfort zone. Look at the things that can make your life more easier And the only way I find in my experience is to create a meaningful life. And the great joy of this is you have the power to choose what is more important to you. What is the meaning? It could be your job. When you find the job you love, it's no longer a job, it's just a way of life. Aristotle once said that you are what you do. So if you want to find meaningful in your life, if it is loving is what you do, you are love. If it is helping and supporting is what you do, you are that, just that. So I hope this particular message helps someone. If you want to write to me, please write to info@lifeforlivingwell.info. And if you want to know more about what Life for Living Well does, you can check us out on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.info. And finally, I have to sign out now. And whatever you do this week, please stay safe and enjoy the rest of the week. Thank you.